Dixie here. Today I want to talk to you about the most pointless piece of gear that people are still using, and that is a pack cover.
You'll need a rain cover too, of course.
A rain cover? Why?
To keep out the rain.
Now, before anybody gets all defensive and takes it personally, I used a pack cover on my through hike of the Appalachian Trail because I bought into the snake oil just like everybody else. The pack cover I used was an Osprey pack cover. It came with my pack. It was nylon, but you can get something very similar to it on REI's website. Usually it runs about $40. The idea behind these pack covers is they're supposed to keep your pack dry while you're hiking in the rain. But if they're made out of nylon, nylon absorbs water. So on dry days, you're gonna have extra weight of the pack cover itself, and that one that I mentioned from REI weighs 3 ounces. And then on rainy days, you're gonna have that nylon pack cover absorbing water, so you're gonna have extra water weight held in the pack cover. And not only does nylon absorb water, but I've seen a nylon pack cover hold water in the bottom of it and start sagging down like a dirty diaper. So you've got a bunch of water weight in that instance. And I've seen hikers kind of have to continually dump it as they're hiking in the rain. Now, if your pack is nylon, then you could make the argument that the pack itself would hold more water weight than the nylon pack cover. But if it's raining hard enough, you're gonna have water streaming down your shoulder straps, down your back, and the pack's gonna end up soaked anyway. So now not only do you have a waterlogged pack, but a waterlogged pack cover over the waterlogged pack. And then, like I said, on the dry days, you have extra weight than you would if you just didn't carry one. If you have a pack made from Dyneema or X-Pack or some other waterproof material, then a nylon pack cover really just doesn't make any sense at all. But I have seen pack covers fail so many times when people are using them to prevent the contents of their pack from getting wet. Even as recently as my Mount Kilimanjaro trip, I saw somebody fall victim to a pack cover that failed. They had a puffy coat in there, gloves, and other things that they didn't want to get wet in their day pack, and they thought that the pack cover would be enough to keep the water out of their pack, but they were wrong. The only time I could see a nylon pack cover being of any use would be if it was lightly sprinkling, and then it just doesn't seem like it would make sense to carry it in the long run anyway. Now, they do make Dyneema pack covers, which are waterproof, more lightweight, and of course, more expensive. But keep in mind that Dyneema is not the most abrasion resistant material, so chances are it's gonna wear down pretty quickly with a lot of use, and you're gonna end up with pinholes that you gotta patch anyway. The only instance I see where a Dyneema pack cover, some other waterproof material pack cover, really is logical is if you have something like tripods or other camera equipment that is more or less water resistant, but you don't necessarily want it soaked all the time. But even then, in a serious downpour, like I mentioned, water is gonna travel, it's gonna splash up, the air is gonna be humid, and things are gonna end up pretty wet anyway. Truth be told though, if you can afford a Dyneema pack cover, then you can probably afford the little bit extra to upgrade to a pack that's made from waterproof materials. If you're on a tight budget though, and you have a nylon pack and you're absolutely set on having some sort of outer pack cover to try to keep your pack dry, you know, we pack our fears, then it might make more sense to do something like a compactor bag or a Nylon fume pack liner. And then you just take it, slide it down over your pack, and cut the holes out for your shoulder straps. This is gonna be cheaper. I won't say the trash compactor bag will necessarily be more lightweight, but the Nylon fume pack liner, if your pack is small enough to fit in that, would be more lightweight than a pack cover. But this is gonna give for sure better coverage of the back panel of your pack and really everything but the shoulder straps. But just know that with cutting a hole in that bag for the shoulder straps, you're still gonna have some leakage that flows onto the outside of your pack. Another option for outer coverage would be to use a waterproof poncho and make sure it's big enough to go over your body and over your pack. Especially if you're on a tight budget, it doesn't make sense to shell out $40 on a pack cover that just doesn't work that well anyway. But the best waterproofing protection that I've found for the contents of a pack is getting something like a Nylon fume pack liner or the pack liners offered on Gossamer Gear's website. You just slide it down into your pack, pack the stuff you don't want getting wet inside that liner, and roll it down. I've been doing this for years and it has not failed me yet. The Nylon fume pack liners on Garage Grown Gear's website are $2.40 a piece, and they weigh 0.9 ounces. So save your money and save some weight and go with the more useful product. If you're still fearful about your stuff on the inside of your pack getting wet, then you can have some redundancies with Ziploc bags inside of that pack liner, or even waterproof stuff sacks. Anyway, I am casting no judgment on folks who want to continue using pack covers for whatever reason, like you want to keep your pack more pristine and the pack cover helps protect it. But I just wish people knew there are better options out there that are cheaper, lighter, and more effective at actually waterproofing your gear inside of your pack. All right, well, that is all I have for y'all today. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk about why I think pack covers are pretty much useless. If y'all found this video useful, don't forget to tell your hiking buddies about it, and we will see y'all next time.